Welcome to Seed to Life. I hope you're doing well and keeping safe. In my recent videos, we have explored many herbs and medicinal plants. Today, we are going to explore one more edible plant that is also traditional medicine. Most importantly, it is very tasty. In the part of India where I grew up, it was commonly prepared like chicken curry. So instead of chicken, cut pieces of this root vegetable were added. Personally, I don't think it tastes like chicken, but I always enjoyed the taste of Suran masala. Suran or elephant foot yam is a root vegetable that produces corms underground. These corms are edible and taste somewhat like yams or potatoes, but have a little distinct flavor. In the US, I usually get these corms in Asian grocery stores near me, but I believe they're not produced here, so many times they are decayed and moldy. It is a cash crop and can be a great option for small farmers. Here in the US, it is sold for $13 to $18 per kilogram, and that too, not all stores keep it. So I decided to grow it in my home garden. And I'm happy that I did that because during COVID, I stopped seeing it in the stores near me, and still they are not available. If you like this vegetable and you are in the US, you can find the cut pieces in frozen section, or there is another yam that tastes very similar to this elephant foot yam, and it is known as African yam. Like elephant foot yam, it is not itchy or acrid. I sometimes get that as it is available in most stores. The botanical name of elephant foot yam is Amorphophallus paeoniifolius. It is believed that these plants first grew on islands in Southeast Asia and later became popular in the hot, humid tropical rainforests in this region. They are also grown for hundreds of years in Australia. In India, it is commonly known as Suran. It is also known by the names corpse flower because of its very stinky flower. Other names are Telingo potato or Pugapong or Ol. There is another variety or possibly the same plant known as Konjac that is grown in China and Japan to make noodles, jellies, flour, and thickening agents that are keto friendly and high in fibers. These noodles are very expensive, fancy version of this famine food. The flour made from elephant foot yam is used in the food industry to make weight loss foods because of the high fiber content. Elephant foot yam is a good natural source of vitamin A, phosphorus, iron, and calcium. So let's explore this underappreciated food that is becoming popular now. Now, elephant foot yam also contains some anti-nutritional factors, oxalates, that include both soluble oxalates and insoluble calcium oxalates. They can cause skin to itch if you eat these yams raw or if they are not processed properly. These oxalates are also toxic and they can cause kidney stones. So people with kidney issues should avoid consuming this. The corms are treated with alum and salt before cooking to deactivate oxalates. Also, during storing, as the corms dry, the oxalates decrease. I treat the cut slices with sour juice of kokum fruit or apple cider vinegar before cooking. Also, I consume oxalate containing foods in moderation so that they don't affect my health negatively. As a traditional medicine, a gel made from elephant foot is used to treat various diseases like cough, blood and skin diseases, and burns. It has now been scientifically proven that glucomannan, which is commonly found in the tubers of the elephant foot yam, also known as the Konjac plant, can help reduce blood cholesterol. Because of its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects, elephant foot is believed to reduce hemorrhoids. Some researchers claim that the phytochemicals, that is plant-based chemicals glucomannan, can ease the symptoms of ulcerative colitis. As a traditional medicine, elephant foot is also used in the treatment of various diseases like anemia, constipation, earache, elephantiasis, fatigue, inflammation, intercostal neuralgia, pimples, seminal weakness, swelling of the throat, and general disability. Petioles are used in the treatment of scorpio bites. Coming on to the growing part of the elephant foot yam, let's see when and how to grow these plants. You can grow them using corms or tubers, either whole or cut pieces of 50 to 100 grams. They grow if the corms are not dormant. These corms do not grow continuously but undergo a period of few months of dormancy. The growing period is longer than the usual crops. It takes about 6 to 7 months for the corms to get ready for harvesting. Here in Texas, I start them in early spring and can harvest in fall when the leaves die back. As the corms get dormant, plant them only when you notice the tubers showing elevated buds. These buds give out sprouts. The buds grow from the top of the corm as well as from all the surfaces near the top. Very few buds develop near the bottom where the roots were present. The topmost main bud develops into an apical sprout. The apical sprout is conical and covered in a protective covering called cataphyll. It contains calcium oxalate crystals that keep pests away from the young plant as it emerges from the ground. The cataphyll then falls off and emerges a beautiful, healthy, patterned pseudostem. This one stem is not a plant but a leaf. The top part soon opens up and forms a canopy made up of several leaflets. You can see here there are 2 leaves and the third one is dying back. This plant will keep sprouting several new leaves throughout the season. Elephant foot yam plants have a very unique appearance. They don't even get many pests, so I enjoy growing them. Recently, I watched a video that shows even from the leaves you can grow new plants. I'm not sure if it is true, but definitely going to try it once. There is one more unique thing about the elephant foot yam plant, and that is its beautiful, huge, stinky flowers. The smell is very bad. The flowers emerge from the ground in early spring. There are male and female flowers, and female flowers grow close to the ground. The bad smell attracts the pollinators. I hope to see one next year. There is a variety of Amorphophallus plants, and Amorphophallus titanum variety produces the largest flowers in the world. Because of the bad smell, they are also known as corpse flowers. Elephant foot yam likes hot, humid temperatures. That is the reason it grows in abundance in the tropical climate. In the southern part of India, it is grown along with turmeric. The optimal growing temperature is 25 to 30 degrees Celsius or 77 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And optimal humidity is 80 to 90%. However, where I live, the weather is mostly dry and it still does well. And not just elephant foot yam, but my other tropical plants too. Just choose a spot that will get 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight in the morning or evening to avoid stress on the plant. Elephant foot yam is a heavy feeder. It likes rich, organic, moist soil. These tubers have high water content, so if you want them to grow big, water them regularly. The soil should be very well draining to prevent rotting. You can plant these plants superficially in a heap of compost topped with mulch to keep the soil loose. Frequent feeding of high nitrogen fertilizer helps the tubers to grow bigger. You can harvest the tubers when the leaves start dying down, or you can leave the tubers in the ground to get big tubers. Just make sure that the soil is not cloggy and drains well, especially during the rainy season. Due to frequent flooding, the tubers might rot. They will grow back again after the dormancy ends. Last year, I didn't harvest the corms as I wanted them to grow bigger so that I have enough to eat and save as seed corms for the next year. Patience is a virtue. I'm keeping my eye on the bigger goal. I'm hoping to get a huge corm. If you decide to leave them in the ground, it is better to mark the spots properly. Last year, just when I thought that I lost the corms, they started sprouting back. Elephant foot has a good shelf life and stays good for months. Store them in a dry, cool and dark place to prevent rotting or sprouting. And that's it for now. I hope you liked this video and found it useful. A big thanks to you for watching my videos and supporting my channel Seed to Life. Please click subscribe for more such videos and updates. Click the bell icon to get notified about future videos. And feel free to reach out to me through comments, Facebook, Twitter or Instagram if you have any questions. I am posting the links in the description. I would love to hear your suggestions and would like to know the news of your garden. Happy gardening! Thank you again. See you soon.